Amiri's victory over Tuskgunner, in so far as it could be said that it was a victory for her, gave Prometheus some insight as to how some people from other lands worked and thought. He thought it strange that a customer would require fighting to be seen as a person. He was accustomed to someone's value as a person being determined by their role within society, with people fighting seen as a more base instinct, and people crafting and casting being seen in a brighter light. This thought gave him insight as to what he might want to do if in fact he was to become some leader of some new nation. And that dawned upon him. He was thinking about becoming a leader. He was absolutely not ready for it, but he was going to be a leader. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, with me, Boldish McGammar. Last time we defeated Tuskgunner and also found a shard of a necklace over here at the Three Pine Islet. This time we're going to go to the Glade in the Wilderness, and then try to find some more places over to the right. We're getting down to the last couple of places that we can go within this fog. It has not yet cleared, even though we've handled the druid at the Stag Lord's Fortress. And it will not be cleared until we establish our barony. Use a resist energy spell when facing an enemy with powerful elemental attacks. Good! But how do you know that you're going to be fighting one of those? Oh, okay, it's just wolves. Wolf from Silence Pack. Well, let's turn turn-based mode off. Let's just head on in there.
Enemy approaching.
Gives a chance to hit. We're not getting hit. We're just doing damage. Good. We'll go and explore the map after we handle a couple more. 3 more of them. But they're just wolves. We're 5th level adventurers. We got this. No problem. No problem whatsoever. What's in the bag? Some liquor.
All according to plan.
Before we head in the cave, let's take a look around the map. Maybe we'll find something interesting. Maybe not. Ooh.
In due time.
Is that what I think it is? Is it a beehive? No. Still, it's a bag of stuff, and a bag of stuff is fine too. Usually when there's a random thing in the corner of a map attached to a tree, it's probably a beehive. And honey's kind of useful for a lot of cooking.
Not far.
And I do like cooking. Alright, let's get in there. Oh boy, I think I saw the glint of more wolves.
I'm not afraid.
Did we get hit? Not really.
What for Gorum? Let us strike as one.
Mary took a little bit of a hit. Another little hit. Oh, we're good. All wolves down. That's fine. Okay. I need to use a little bit of tactics for this next room. Because I'm pretty sure the act of fighting in this last area should trigger something from behind. So what I want to do is I want to have someone with a fair amount of durability in the back. We only have one really tanky character in the party, and that is Valerie. But I think I could have Amiri and Kat be over on this back. And I have everybody else move forward. Alternatively, I could put it back into turn-based mode. But no. No, we'll be fine like this. Okay, you guys go forward.
I shall end this suffering.
Okay. Nope, nope. You guys need to stay over here. We're fine. We're fine. Could be going a little bit. Yep, okay, yep. We paused because something else happened. And they came from behind. Okay, they're going straight for the cat. Cat, get in there. Amiri, get in there. More flute. Amiri takes a big hit. Tristan. Heal her. Okay. Nearly lost her. But we got it. We got it. That's a lot of wolves. We're probably not going to get a lot of wolf pelts because that's just the way things work. Didn't get any pelts there. That's fine.
All according to plan.
Go back into inspect mode. Let's see. Wolf from Silence Pack. Silence Wolfling. Wolf from Silence Pack. And Silent, the Wolf Alpha. That was a big wolf. Level 7 wolf. No wonder Amiri got hit so hard. Alright, well, let's inspect their bone pile. Looks like they killed a lot over the years. We got ourselves a scythe. And we also got more wolf pelts, because apparently the wolves were smart enough to keep the pelts of other wolves.
In due time.
Maybe other packs that they downed and claimed territory from? Unusual behavior. Amiri took a nasty hit, but we're alright. And we can now leave. What a place. For our effort there, we got a +1 scythe. Not a bad thing to have. And we do have someone in the party who specializes in scythes. The extended party. Let's just put it that way. The extended party. Someone likes a scythe. I'm the type of player who enjoys using every companion, especially when they have a quest come up to make sure that they're useful, which is why I keep the shared experience feature in this game on. That said, you can absolutely take people out of the party. Like, have around 4 people. And doing so allows you to get loads of experience on those 4 people if you don't share. If you do skill challenges with just your main character, wow, you can get a lot. You can really rack it up. I'm not doing that.
As it should be.
What we got here? I think I should probably heal Amiri
Right here,
a little
my
bit
friend.
more.
Focus on the goal.
I think. I also have first level spells.
Done.
And Amiri can heal self. How's the cat doing? Great. Good. I think we should probably buff before this fight too.
Becoming distracted leads to becoming dismembered.
See.
How long does Streak Surge last? 1 round. Standard action for a 1-round buff. That's a shame. So that means it needs to be used in the middle of a fight. That's just all that means. Okay. Okay, that is a greater werewolf. If I take a look at this, we have not been close enough to determine his abilities as such, but werewolves sure are lycanthropes. So we gotta be a little bit wary about that. How about I open up with a good old hideous laughter? Everybody hold still.
Ready and
You
willing.
I am
open with the
prepared.
laughter.
So, I wish there was another way.
I don't think it worked. Turn-based. It worked. Great. Okay. Fire the splash.
Provoked.
Good hit, good hit. Buff up with the song. Fire it off. Can you get around it in there? Not really. Can you get around it in there to provide flanking? Yes, you can. Good hit. Let's buff up Amiri. Lycanthrope is crowd controlled, so you don't get anything. Falcon charges on in. Amiri can charge on in. We're getting hits.
This is for
Let's take a
This
shot.
should do it.
No, I'm not very good at archery. That's fine. That's fine.
Die for me.
The damage reduction is killing me. Okay, but the cat gets 2 crits in a
All
row.
according
Sure.
to plan.
On this person, we get a +1 breastplate.
Well,
I believe that is an immediate upgrade for Amiri. We will make use of that right now. Beautiful. I'm never one to shy away from +1. A couple of potions. And a dead guy. Probably killed by the werewolf. With just some normal treasure on them. Fair enough. I'm pretty sure that's all there is on this map. Sometimes locations are just one guy. We're really knocking them out today. Alright. Now, I think it's the time. I'm going to head over towards the Ratnook Hill. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Somebody wants to fight the road. I am kind of close to the Stag Lord's fortress, so it's probably bandits. It's probably... No, it's goblins. Never mind, it's kobolds. It's one of the little ones. Hiss. I thought I heard a hiss over here. I don't see it. Go for the alchemist. Mutagen, I see. Right, that's the thing the alchemists can do. I always forget that they have. There's a sentry over there. You got sight on another sentry veteran over there. I'll go for the one you can get. Nice! Splattered it. Yes. I don't feel like using any of these spells right now. What do you got? Acid Splash? Acid Splash. You're not the best at it, but that's okay. I don't even feel like I need to use any of my bardic stuff here.
A calculated risk.
And they haven't gone yet.
Right if I have to.
So we get our sneak attack damage. And they're about to go. Actually, how low are you? Fairly low, actually. You know what? This might be time for a magic missile. Now remove here. A magic missile. Fire away. Yeah, it doesn't miss. Never miss. And we have a reach weapon, so... They did not get a single turn. Delightful. Delightful.
Follow my
Get some
lead.
basic kobold loot. Just some short bows and crossbows. That's fine. A little bit of gold. Nothing huge. Tiny drop of experience. I do still enjoy random encounters. One day we might get more voracious random encounters, but we're not there yet.
I need to catch my breath.
No, Octavia, we're going to look at this hill. So this is probably the most dangerous area that you can find inside of the first chapter. I do not recommend going here at this point in time. But we are going here at this point in time. How bad of a debuff is fatigue? Strength and dexterity. Okay, that's not too bad.
Time's not waiting.
I'm going to give a heroism to Octavia. A mutilated body. Looks like it was eaten by some rodents. Though it is called the Ratnook Hill.
this requires
A trap.
attention.
In due time.
Okay. So here we are doing this again.
How may I help?
Here. Done and done.
We're going to be doing this a lot. Because that was just the first trap. What about second trap?
I won't let you down.
I'm listening.
You can count on me.
Repeat the guidance.
I did as you asked.
Another
As it
trap.
should be.
What's the
Some
one?
areas are just like that. Some people are real paranoid.
Ready and willing. did as
Take
you
it nice
asked.
and slow. Don't accidentally step on any traps.
I found something.
Don't accidentally trigger things. Okay.
Here.
You come back up to the front.
Share your
You buff
troubles.
her. You get the thing.
No, I'm
Something
embarrassed.
bothering?
It's fine.
Hmm?
Sometimes we just roll low. You just try again. You literally rolled a 2.
Done and done.
That happens.
In due time.
What's that?
It would be nice if we could take 10 on these traps. Or really take our
I
time and
won't
take
let
20
you
on them.
down.
Right here, my friend.
But again,
can
not a
count
thing for
on
this
me.
system.
I did as you
Got
asked.
it. Another dead body.
I see something.
With a trap underneath of it.
That is
Delightful.
not far. Interesting.
Another trap.
Outdoor
So
dances are
many.
good for
Oh, so
skin
many.
and body shape, but they just ruin the hair. I've broken a nail.
It's okay.
Here.
It will grow back.
I've broken a nail.
Oh,
Share
come
your
on.
troubles.
How many more nails do you have to break? I mean, I suppose if the nail is long enough, you could break it multiple times. But lady, come on.
I did as you asked.
Thank
Onwards.
you.
Together.
How may I help?
I won't let you down.
One more trap, probably.
Done and done.
Got it. Okay, now we can check out this dead body. Coin.
Follow my lead.
Okay. There is a very nasty trap right here. Incredibly nasty, but I don't know if my characters are going to be good enough to actually see the thing. So I'm going to drop a quick save. And we're going to see if I can see the trap.
I need to catch
All
my breath.
according to plan.
We cannot see the trap. Here's what the trap does. That's it. It jingled a bell. That makes things really, really bad inside.
I'm
So what I'm
listening.
going to do is I'm going to buff. We have see invisibility.
Where to now?
We have mirror image.
No mistakes.
I have a couple of glitter dust. We have one heroism
Ready
on
and
her.
willing.
She can use an large person on Valerie.
Something bothering
And you can use a bless to buff up the entire party. Wait for that large person to trigger. Go in. Okay. So, this cave has enemies that set up an alarm and probably 5 million traps. We also know that there was rats involved. We also just fought a werewolf. So,
Focus on the
everything
goal.
leading together, we're probably fighting were-rats. So what I'm going to do is, in this great big expanse of a cave, I'm going to throw down one of my level 2 spells, a glitter dust, right about, let's say here.
Dawnflower,
Got one.
guide my hand.
Okay. Is it flat-footed?
You can't stop me.
We can sneak attack this one. Good. I need to get flanking on it. I can charge. Do it. It has damage reduction because it is, in fact, a lycanthrope. Get the cat in flanking position. Buff up. Let's get Amiri. And then I want you to be not here. Can you get into a good position? You cannot charge, but you can get into a good position. You have reach, so you can hit from, like, around here. That'll be good. Can you? No, you can't. Now then. How about we have you go... Okay, there's something there. Got it. So with all of our melee fighters over there... Oh, good, another one. They cast a buff there. Delightful. Hate that. Okay. Let's try. I don't think this is a Scorching Ray situation. Maybe it is. Let's wait till I get a buff first. Let's fire another acid.
Consider me provoked.
Concealment. Good. We love it. Let's turn this off. Let's use one of our Shocking Grass. We have many, many shocking grass. Let's try using it. Got it. Got it. The lightning will bypass the damage reduction. Got that. And now we can go up to this rat who casts another spell. That one lost its concealment. I have lost the ability to use my spell. That's fine. I think I should use a crowd control on this rat. But first, I need to help my party members overcome damage reduction. Let's go there. Move slightly closer. Turn it off. Cat. Can you 5-foot step around here? Good. Now we have flanking. But concealment. That concealment is nasty. So I need to have you use your fairy fire, of which you get your 1, but that's okay. We just need to simply... There we go. That glows them up. That should help out a lot there. Right, I probably should have did raging to overcome the damage reduction. You don't have anybody to flank with. That's fine. Scare it. A firebomb! Terrible, terrible damage. Let's use a scorching ray here. 23 damage on that sneak attack. Beautiful. That's what we need to see. Let's get another shocking grasp right here. The lightning bypasses that damage completely. Beautiful. Valerie's tanking like a champion. I think this one... I think the one throwing bombs is the bad one. I think that's probably the worst of the things. Let's put Hideous Laughter on you, though. Okay. Crowd control. Love it. Love to see it. More damage. Ah, the reduction's awful. Alright, we need Amiri to hit. Get you over there. Rage. 10 damage. Even while mad and everything else. Okay, let's get you over in flanking position. Beautiful. And hit. Miss. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, with Amiri there in flanking position, let's fire acid here. Wait, hold on. It might be... We definitely had flanking there, but it didn't have the sneak attack. It might be immune. It might be immune to sneak attack. Alright, how about another shocking grasp here? I missed. It got up. We hit it. I took a little bit of damage from residual firebomb damage. That's something. I could use another Hideous Laughter on it. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more major combats today. So let's just use the spells. Alright, and Cat is here. Amiri is there, so Cat should be on this angle. No damage. None whatsoever. Okay, we need Ragongar to hit. We're still raging. We're still mad. We still missed. We still missed. We fired and we missed. This went on many times. Can I get a Scorching Ray on you? Alright, we actually hit with it. Beautiful. Little bit of damage. Do I still have the Shocking Grasp on my hand? Signs point to no. Cast another. This is what they're there for. Good. Alright, that actually went really well. That was a really difficult fight. All things considered, let's use Inspect mode. Never mind, it's not going to let me look at them until I loot them. That's fine. So we got some kukris there. Some more swords there. And a fancy vest. A Bombardier's vest. And a headband of vast intellect. We know where that headband's going immediately. The party member who uses intellect, Octavia. You get that. We have a belt of dexterity. Do we have somebody who's not using a belt currently? Ragongar could probably use it. I could also probably use it. Let's give it to me. I would like to be able to be a little bit more accurate with the bow and also just move earlier in combat so I could hit things with my crowd control spells more reliably. Now that they are looted, I should probably be able to use Inspect mode. What were you? Difficulty 8 Alchemist. 2 Rogue. And down there was an 8 Rogue. 8 Alchemist, 8 Rogue with a weak little rogue that they had as like a child or a friend or something. I think when the rogue gets to this level, When rogue gets to this level, they're immune to sneak attack. But I don't think no, I don't see that feature. But I'm pretty sure that's the thing they got. And 8th level Alchemist is just bombing mad. Nevertheless, we were able to handle it simply by merit of making use of our greater numbers and our foresight and tactics. And also just not letting them get the jump on us, in spite of the fact that they set up an alarm outside, which allowed them to start this fight invisible. The situation is resolved. We got it. I don't think there's any more traps on the map.
As it should be.
Which means I think that we are finally ready to be done with Chapter 1. We have explored everywhere that we possibly could. I do want to take a moment to point out this item that we got. Bombardier's Vest. So we're getting a bonus on their attack rolls with their bombs. If only we had somebody in the party who was good at using bombs. Maybe we'll get one like that in the future. But that day is not today.
That is not far.
Now we simply need to make it back to Oleg's trading post. With all this new stuff that we have. I could take the time.
I need to catch my breath.
I could take the time to go back down to the Stag Lord's fort, then come back up here to the Ratnook Hill or up to the Old Sycamore. And I could try to get all the armor and weapons that are on the ground there, because they're about to be deleted.
I tire.
We're fatigued, but we're not exhausted. We can still move. We're at a heavy load, so it won't be long. Oh, we can come at that place from multiple angles. Got it. But I will not be doing that, because the amount of gold that I would be getting, that would be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 300, 400. It's not a nothing sum, but like... Yeah, we're exhausted. Okay, we need to rest. Use rations. Party meal, because I don't expect that we'll have a good combat. So let's save our limited potatoes. And let's have a little sit.
I didn't get much sleep again.
I know. You were screaming in your sleep. If I could drag your nightmares outside and punch them in the face.
Aw, he cares in his own way. Oh no, camouflage failed. Do we fight? Oh, thank goodness we don't fight. I hate fighting while, like, half the party is asleep. Sometimes that happens. I'm just glad it hasn't happened to me yet. Okay. We're back at Oleg's. It is the 8th of Desnus. Just 2 days before Prometheus' birthday. I do hit tab a lot to highlight the objects. I like seeing things, okay?
In due time.
Nice, bright, sunshiny day. Anything that I have in my inventory, I can just sell later. It won't matter too much right now. I will have an opportunity to just walk around and do stuff. So I'm not going to be dealing with that inventory management aspect now. We're just going to talk to Oleg and get things moving. Actually, I'm going to point this out right now. My character has been making good decisions a lot. The alignment started here, straight at lawful neutral, and I am very close to peeking over to lawful good. And I do think that I want to be there before I change my kingdom. So, I've saved a lot of conversations with a lot of party members. Let's save the game. And let's talk with the party members. Let's start from left and work our way over to the right.
All according to plan.
Hello, Smilodon. Smilodon is a cat. Hello, Amiri. Hey, Chief. Amiri gives a broad grin. What's on your mind? Tell me about yourself. The simple question seems to puzzle Amiri. She scratches her head, then starts counting on her fingers. First, I'm barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. Left my tribe, 6 bears. She looks thoughtfully at her 4 bent fingers and shrugs. And I like fights, she concludes, bending her thumb. She's doing so good. She's doing really good. What is it like to be a barbarian in the 6 bears tribe? Ha! Our people are big and strong. We can cut a monster in half with one swing. We have walked 3 days and nights with no rest. We need a whole fried Dialogue. Great. I really wish that you would demonstrate your ability to go that long without rest. I guess you have to do a lot of training to become as strong as you are. Training? No one freaking trained me. The boys of the Six Bears got the training. All I could do was watch. Her eyes gleam with anger. Hey, you know what? You're all crap even after all that training. Because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters. All thought they were stronger than me. Idiots! Amiri spits on the ground. Because if you start a fight, you think you can win. You think you're stronger than your enemy. Amiri raises her chin proudly. I defeated them all. See the scars on my face? I do. What does the realm of the Mammoth Lords look like? Huge and freezing. No place for weaklings. She narrows her eyes as if evaluating her ability to survive her homeland. Tribes hunt aurochs herds and survive. Aurochs are fast, so tribe follows herd for days, just not die of hunger. If you are weak, you stay behind and die in the snow. Tribe cannot stop. Also, there are giants and mammoths. Sometimes demons come too. Ah, and the mastodons. And the saber-toothed tigers. She grins and looks to her side. You would survive, I think. For a few days. Ha! Yeah, Prometheus grins and just nods. He does not think that he would survive in such a harsh climate. Not even for a few days. He thrives off of, more leisurely surroundings. Why did you leave your tribe? Amiri flushes. As they were assholes, all of them. Men were cowards and scoundrels, and women were scared like sheep. She rolls her bloodshot eyes in fury. Men think there are no girl can be fighter, because we are weak. They're afraid a woman can beat them. And females just nod, go sow hides, cook meat, watch kids. That's what they all say. But I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook hides and watch meat. Amiri is already shouting, and her fist clenched tightly. I told him so. I went hunting with men. And what did I get? Still the same. You're a woman, you stay home. Ever gave me a nickname, the Soft Chieftain. Like a warrior woman was a funny joke. Damn, I even went to hunt those ship-faced giants, and she suddenly stops, breathing heavily, sweat beading on her forehead. After a moment, Amiri waves her hand awkwardly, and forces herself to grin. So I left. Cowards, scoundrels, and sissies they were. That's why. She seems so proud to be from them, but she just demeans them every turn. Prometheus is happy that he is with her, because she aspires to be something more. You're quite a good fighter. Amiri jerks her head up. Quite good, huh? Compared to Wu. If I was a scrappy male, I'd fight better, is what you'd say? She glares at you, her eyes narrow. Or you say I could be better. Like, go get some training, Amiri, right? I could say the neutral option for the lawful and say, I meant exactly what I said. You're quite a good fighter. Don't raise your voice at me ever again. Or I could say the chaotic good option. I'm gonna go with that. You're very good in a fight. You're an excellent warrior. I'm just giving you a compliment, that's all. For several more seconds, Amiri continues to glare at your face with suspicion. Then, all of a sudden, she mellows. True, I fight good. That's what I do best. You're rather rude, you know. You bet! Amiri grins and suddenly frowns. I'm a fighter, big and strong. Everyone's afraid of me. I can't play the softy. Who would ever fear me then? Her contemplative expression disappears when Amiri's face replaced by a dreamy grin. I enjoy being feared. I pass by all the sissies on my feet, knees trembling, teeth chattering, shit dripping down their pants. Amiri falls silent, fascinated with the picture she's imagined she created. Prometheus frowns. Thanks for telling me. Let's talk about something else. Why not? Amiri frowns, but he feels she's glad to change the subject. So, you've proven yourself to be a mighty warrior? I may have. The trial is finished. If someone ever doubts me, I prove it. Amiri shakes her fist in unseen offender. So I'm the chieftain of your new tribe? What do you expect of me? Tribe always must have plenty of food. Tribe's enemies must be tough, not some easy scum. Prize fighters must challenge the strongest enemies. Also, well, she contemplates sheep deeply. You must rule the tribe, make big decisions. She waves her hand vaguely. I see. So why did you leave your tribe? And what's the story with the frost giants? I told you already, they were assholes. They treat women like sheep, not fighters. She frowns. As for giants, I'll tell you later. Someday, maybe. I see. Yeah, not everybody wants to talk about their past, and Prometheus can respect that. That does not stop him from inquiring. That's a formidable sword you got there. But it's not just a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. She proudly raises the blade, and you notice that even though Amiri is extremely strong, she still has difficulty wielding such a large sword. This sword belonged to a real bastard frost giant. I killed the beast and took his looker for myself. Fits me perfect. My damn trophy. Amiri's eyes flash with menace as she challenges some invisible enemy to try taking it away as her trophy. Thanks for talking with me. Let's speak again later. Talking. Why don't we do some monster killing instead? She sighs and turns away. By doing that, I have shifted my alignment by 1 step. And I'm ever so closer to being lawful good, which is where I want to be. Did I talk to Jod?
How may I serve you?
I did not. I did. Never mind. Thank you. Did I talk to Tristian? Tristian smiles as you approach. Greetings. How may this humble chosen of the great Sarenrae help you? Tell me about yourself. About myself? I wouldn't know where to begin. Tristian pauses for a moment in thought. You know my name, my faith. I follow Sarenrae, and I have traveled from the Padisa Empire of Kalesh to here. What else do you want to know? Forgive me, but your manners and appearance don't strike me as a Kaleshite. Tristian smiles softly. You have nothing to apologize for, truly. I have received my name and appearance from my parents, who had come to Kalesh from afar. I never knew them, but the fate has separated us when I was young. So I grew up in Kalesh, raised by my followers of Sarenrae. My home is where my heart is. Within the temples of the great goddess, among the wise and generous men, looking upon themselves as the care of their child was someone like them. I learned mercy and patience at an early age. It is their virtues that have made me the man I am today. Do you enjoy traveling? Tristian nods, his eyes light up. Oh yes! No library, no archive, however large, would have ever allowed me to learn as much of the world as I have in my journeys. It was only outside the temple walls I realized every living being is a world unto themselves, a world where many contradictions and passions coexist. Each realm leaves its mark on the lives that live there. Only by visiting it, by breathing the same air, walking the same soil, can you understand its people, what drives them, what frightens them, their dreams, and how they honor their gods. Does being outside the temple make you uncomfortable? Tristian shakes his head. There are many ways to honor one's gods, Prometheus. It is true shrines play a role in the lives of many of the faithful, but even more find other ways to serve Sarenrae. The healing light values good deeds above all else. I cannot stand by and watch evil claim others. He thinks for a moment, then raises an eyebrow. Perhaps there is another reason why I chose to go on my pilgrimage, leaving behind the temples of Kalesh. Tristian touches his chest. My faith is in my heart and in my hands. Millions honor Sarenrae in her temples, and my soul is filled with the joy that I think of in their devotion to the goddess. Nevertheless, my path is a different one. Do you know where you're going next? No, my thoughts were far from it, for my mission here is not yet done. Tristian stares at you in surprise. Why do you ask? Do you wish me to leave your lands? Let's see. Of course not. You are my comrade at arms. I can trust you completely. I feel awkward in your presence, or I did not mean to alarm you. That was not my intent. Or I can say to the contrary. I hope you will stay with me for as long as you can. The thought of you leaving is not a welcome one. Prometheus is a little bit clingy. Yeah, he'll go with that. Tristian smiles awkwardly. You mean as if sharing your heart's affection. If I am dear to you as a comrade in arms, then I too value your friendship. If there's more to it, however, he goes silent, shaking his head sadly. Prometheus also frowns. He's like, no, not like that. No. If you were a female character, Tristian would take that as an advance there. However, Tristian is not gay, and so he does not seek companionship from males. Let's discuss something else. Tristian lowers his head. Forgive me if my stories have bored you. I'm not accustomed to speaking about myself and, in truth, take little enjoyment in it. Fair enough. What can you tell me about Serenray? Serenray is a goddess of the temperance and patience. Solar Flame Goddess teaches us compassion for the weary and mercy to those who go astray. What would you like to know of her? I'd like to hear about the history of your faith. There's much to tell, but I'm afraid I would miss the mark, and I fear I would bore you. Is there something specific you wish to know? How did Serenray come to be? Serenray is one of Golarion's eldest deities. Once she was an angel that had gathered the armies of her celestial allies behind her. The battle in which she showed her valor decided the fate of the whole world, and in her victory she was rewarded with divinity. In the sacred texts, Serenray is shown as a beautiful, bronze-skinned maiden, her hair dancing flame. Tristian smiles slightly. But her appearance is not what matters. It is what grace she brings in her touch, healing and salvation. Tell me about the battle you mentioned. What was the act of valor of Serenray? Her greatest moment in glory is her battle against the monstrous Robogug, who threatened to destroy Golarion. Serenray delivered the strike that staggered the horrendous creature and allowed her allies to shackle it. Once the rough beast was captured, she goddess split the earth, and the odds threw the behemoth into the depths. Once it was done, the goddess sealed the pit, and commanded her faithful to stay away from that scar that was left in the land. Tristian falls silent for a few moments. Alas, mortal beings are imperfect. Not even the most faithful among us can always follow their deity's commandments, even when such commandments are meant to save the world and their followers. I, for one, pray the goddess is never again furious as she was with Gormas. You mentioned Gormas. What happened to it? Tristian sighs. An error in faith. Perhaps a lesson, but it speaks to the danger when one listens to mortal words and one stops listening to their faith. Serenray forbade her followers from coming near the place of Robogug's imprisonment, but some of the priesthood misread her will and began to preach the sacred place, where the mightiest of temples dedicated to the goddess were to be constructed. The people listened to the sermons and went forth to the lands touched by Serenray's scimitar. On the scar that sealed the well, they founded Gormas, a holy city that was to become the greatest monument to Serenray. Unsurprisingly, the city was built, faithful from all Golarion traveled there to worship. Serenray sent omens and visions, urging her followers to leave this dangerous place, filled with the dark wills of the shackled Robogug. But in their pride, the people misinterpreted or ignored her signs altogether, and they had already come under Robogug's influence. Finally, the goddess sent her heralds to the city, but the fanatics killed him. Realizing the people had turned from her, the enraged goddess smote Gormas, raising it from the face of Golarion, with a single strike of her scimitar. He shakes his head. Today, it's called the Pit of Gormas, a well of pain and suffering. And I'm sure that strike also weakened the area right above Robogug's prison. Oh boy. I'm sure that'll become a plot point in a later story. But that's not this story. Tell me about the Pit of Gormas. Tristian shakes his head. It's a great crevasse in the eastern of Casmoron. The lands surrounding it are dead, soaked in poison. The Pit of Gormas seems bottomless until someone dares to gaze into its depths. All who have dared to tell of a strange, distant glow, a glow that followed them in their dreams ever since. Throughout all of history, the Pit of Gormas has spawned creatures, hideous beasts of overwhelming power and driven only by a single desire to destroy everything they see. Some were defeated, some such as the nightmare Ulanat, whose carapace to this day towers above the capital of Osirian. Others proved too strong to be defeated by mortal hands. He frowns. The most terrible of them all was the Tarrasque, the Armageddon engine, who to this day lies dormant deep beneath Avestan. Oh boy, the Tarrasque! The most terrifying monster in all of the tabletop gaming. Let's see. Have wars ever been waged in Serenray's name? Tristian sighs. Alas, yes. Terrible battles were once fought between the followers of Nethys, Norgarbur, and Serenray, in the lands now known as Rahamdun. To my shame, I must admit that this conflict was started by my brothers and sisters. They came to a foreign land to make way for the goddess's light with sword and fire. That calamity became known as the Oath Wars, the catastrophe that led to the inheritors of Rahadum to deny all gods, banning the faith from their lands. Alas, a mortal vessel is imperfect, and even a pure faith may be destroyed by blind ambition. He goes silent for a moment. And great suffering may occur in its name. Enough. I want to ask you about something else. Of course, Prometheus. What are the teachings of Sarenrae? I'm pretty sure we already know, but let's go through the dialogue. Solar Flame Goddess is the light of salvation, even to those who have been forsaken by other gods. She teaches us mercy and forgiveness, and as long as they may be useful to the soul's salvation. You make it sound like the followers of Sarenrae will try to find good even in a bandit with a knife to their throat. Do not mistake compassion for weakness, Prometheus. One hand of Sarenrae is shrouded in healing light, the other holds a scimitar. Following their goddess, the priests learned to wield this weapon starting in childhood, and they did not hesitate to use it if the dispute cannot be settled peaceably. Sarenrae preaches mercy, yet her compassion is not infinite. We give a second chance to all who ask, but if they reject it, if they persist in their sins, they will face the goddess's retribution. I see. So everybody gets one extra chance. Are there any undeserving of mercy? Tristian blindly gazes past you in the distance for several moments. When he speaks again, his voice is quiet, reflective, as if echoing his thoughts. Undeserving of mercy. Would even Sarenrae herself find compassion to... He shudders as if awakened from a trance. Sorry, there was something on my monitor that blocked it. Forgive me, Your words, they are not easy ones to reconcile, and even priests such as I, we debate them to this day. What is the point at which the soul is irredeemable? Or is it the failing of the priests themselves? These are difficult questions you ask, Prometheus. Questions wise men have debated for centuries. Does a being that has been tainted by evil to its very roots, that rejects its own salvation, still deserve compassion? Can those compelled to do evil by others still seek forgiveness? There is no easy answers on these issues among Sarenrae's followers. As for me, I believe that every soul carries the potential for goodness within. No matter the crime, the guilty may find forgiveness if they repent and cast off the evil that led to the deed. I believe this with all my heart, Prometheus. Let's take the neutral good option here. Let's see, the other options are for lawful good. I do not agree. There are crimes that cannot go unpunished. Or we can go with the chaotic good option. There is good in everyone. Just one has to just look deep enough. Even those who feel lost or broken or unrepentant have light in their souls, and it's possible to help them see it. Or we can go with the neutral good option. I like this idea, even though following through with it demands a lot of spiritual strength. I'm going to go with the spiritual strength one. We can also go with the completely neutral option. Never before have I met a person so noble in spirit. Sarenrae's blessing was upon me the day that you came to my aid. I'm going to go with option 3 here, because one seems a little... Like, after the earlier altercation? Yeah, we're not doing that. All these seem good. Oh, wait, we have a couple of evil options. Neutral. In abstract theory, and little to do with real life. Or we can go with the evil option. It sounds stupid and pathetic. No, that's very close-minded. That's not Prometheus. It does, yet I think you are equal to the task, Prometheus. No, I'm certain of it. And one needn't worship Sarenrae to practice mercy. All are capable of it. What are your duties as a follower of Sarenrae? Of course. What would you like to know? How is Sarenrae worshipped? Actually, hold on. Didn't I make others? I think I lost something here. I did. My goddess strives to see the best even in dark gods. She never abandons the hope of their redemption. The priests of Sarenrae follow her teachings, and can do a healing light herself, who emanates warmth and heeds the call of those in need. We aid the suffering in body and spirit throughout Golarion. The priests of Sarenrae are willing to help anyone, no matter the faith of one in need. Each plea must be heard. Every misfortune deserves compassion, be it a peasant seeking a blessing for the harvest, or a murderer seeking repentance the night before their execution. Sometimes the mercy of the Solar Flame Goddess is the last thing that can save one's soul from ruin. We have no right to withhold it from the truly repentant. How is Sarenrae worshipped? Many worship Solar Flame Goddess in their temples. Some make the pilgrimage to the Everlight Oasis. But even those who do not serve the goddess directly rarely shun the festivities dedicated to her. The Sunrot Festival, for one. I am very interested in the festival. What is the Sunrot Festival? The Sunrot Festival takes place on the day of the summer solstice, where the prayers of her flock can reach Sarenrae the easiest. On this day, Kalesh blooms with color. In each corner of the Padishah Empire, the people praise the goddess by dancing and singing, setting off fireworks and flying kites. I hope this beautiful custom shall one day reach your lands as well, Prometheus. It sounds lovely! Prometheus is happy that he asked. Where are the temples of Sarenrae like? Sarenrae's shrines are often open to the sky, and the goddess's life-bringing sunlight. Her light fills the temples, enshrouding the parish in warmth, and grants its blessing to those in need. In Kalesh, crowds gather during the service, so all may feel the blessing of this goddess. I'm pretty sure that Sarenrae temples are not that popular in lands with a lot of rain, like perhaps here, as it is raining right now. The most ingenious devices are constructed by some of the faithful to please the goddess. I have seen the Temple of Sarenrae, which houses a complicated array of mirrors, all to direct the light of the sun to the altar. Splendid! Tell me about the Everlight Oasis. I have never been there, but the stories say it is a wondrous place, sacred to Sarenrae's faithful. The oasis is located in Zelshabar, which lies in Kazmaron. Pilgrims throughout Golarion travel there, seeking the goddess's blessing. According to the legends, the warriors of the Everlight Oasis are imbued with healing properties, and anyone who bathes in them shall be cured of any ailment. He smiles in thought. Just imagine, a place where people from all across the world can gather to worship. What stories they must share. That is all I wish to know about this. I hope I have satisfied your curiosity. The more I hear that your Sarenrae isn't worth a damn. Prometheus will say this simply as a way to provoke Tristian to get some thought. Truly, the goddess does not demand of you, nor anyone. She only seeks to help. Why do you dismiss her? We can make neutral or evil options. I'm not going to be taking those. Your religion is foreign to me, Tristian. Perhaps I shouldn't have put it the way I did. But Sarenrae's ways are much different than my own. Or I could say, compassion, mercy, all this wailing in the name of good is sickening. If you want to become evil and want to become more evil, these are options for you. But, forgive me, I overreacted. I have nothing against your faith. He sighs with relief. We're all different. One needn't share others' faith to be a loyal ally. He nods and gives a warm smile. I have heard enough of Sarenrae. We have yet more dialogue, though. If you ever wish to know more about the goddess, just ask. What brought you to these lands? I've heard rumors. They say these lands are cursed, and curses are growing stronger, as if something is granting them power. I could not ignore such rumors. What curses are you talking about? He cocks his head to the side in wonder. Do you not see? Every word uttered in the heat of an argument turns into a prophecy here, just waiting to fulfill itself. And if it were only for the people. The land itself seething with curses, so ancient their origins are impossible to trace. Take the abandoned temple of Aristil where we met. What happened to it? What force compelled the priests to leave such a magnificent temple behind to the whims of nature? Will we ever know? I myself was nearly slain by beasts. Fortunately, you came along, following Jod, and saved me. I owe you a great debt. You've come a great distance indeed. He laughs heartily. Would you look at it this way, then yes. And please do not think that I came all this way from Kalesh because of mere curiosity. I was wondering long before that. It's a custom of our faith. The farther our paths take us, the more people we may help. When did Jod see you in his premonition? Sarenrae sees all the good gods and goddesses as her allies. Many have fought along the goddess amongst the menace of Rovagog, Aristil among them. By offering my prayers to Sarenrae, I let her know that my misfortune in the Temple of Elk. And my merciful goddess did not ignore my pleas, but whom could she have asked for aid than Aristil, the faith is strongest in these lands? Aristil had sent Jod a sign, and you came just in time to rescue me. He sighs. To tell the truth, I was certain my journey was at an end, and those creatures were to be the death of me. You have spent much time here. What do you think the future holds for these lands? These are cruel lands. As I came here, I bore witness to much pain and suffering, but I have seen equal kindness among them, those seeking to protect themselves and their loved ones. The people of the Stolen Lands are resolute and they're true to themselves. I admire their strength. Alas, I do not know where yet the powers and curses that flourish in these lands, but I swear I will not leave until I have found the answers that means to cleanse them. You must forgive me for not swearing on Sarenrae's name, but as of late I have troubled the goddess too much as it is, and it would better serve her through action, not prayer. Let's change the subject. What do you like to discuss? You called yourself the Chosen of Sarenrae. What did you mean by that? Sorry, that was a mere jest. Other acolytes at my temples used to tease me with that title. I should tell you how pious and devoted I was compared to them. And yet my faith is strong. Sarenrae knows this and protects me in times of great peril. If something ever threatens my life, by her divine powers, I am transported to a safe location. Ah, I see. there is a minor lore reason as to why you cannot die. If Tristian falls in battle, he just disappears for a bit. Even if you play on a harder difficulty. Another reason that he's really good, especially on higher difficulties. We could ask him to leave, but Prometheus would never. I should go. He bows his head. A pleasure. Oh right, I have the head. The head. Let's turn that in. A fine day to you. What brings you by? Tusk Gunner is dead. You mount his head on the wall as a trophy. Oleg looks at the bloodstained boar's head with respect, touching the tusk with his finger to test how sharp it is. That's one heck of a beast. I love to have a trophy like that, but a deal is a deal. The head goes to old Benson, and his bounty goes to you. 400 gold and a masterwork longbow, which is not a lot, but it is what it is. Let's double check the good old journal. Okay, that's done, that's done. I want to make sure I get all this done. We have to prove our worth. Still not done, but we got every objective that we can get done. We just need to find bigger monsters. Everything is done. All we have to do is report things now. But we still have more companions that we can talk to. Let's see. We can talk to Linzi. A halfling girl with tousled hair, wearing a dusty traveler's outfit, sits chewing the tip of her quill. Just a moment. How should I put this? Oh, I know. She scribbles something quickly in her notebook, scrawls with a verse, raises her eyes, and gives you a bright smile. Oh, hi! Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Where are you from? I'm from all over. Let me try that again. I'm from all over. I can't do that laugh while doing that voice. Terrible. I was actually born in Galt. In such a tiny village that not even on the maps. If it weren't for my teacher, I'd still be living there, milking goats, weeding turnips, swilling homebrew, having babies, and using books only as kindling. Who was your teacher? He's a true saint. He was once an important person in the capital, at the church of Shellen. They got in trouble with authorities and went on self-imposed exile. To the tiniest, most godforsaken, priestless village you could find, the one where I was born. He wanted to open a school, but the villagers wouldn't let him. You can heal us all you like, but no putting any ideas in our children's heads. There's a way to distract them from their work. But he did teach me on the sly. He taught me how to read, how to write, gave me books, poems, legends. And one day he told me about the Archknights of Avestan. And when I told him I was going on a journey, he gave me a magic ring that Shella would protect me from harm. Which is a special magic ring on her that prevents her from dying. Because she is our quest keeper, and another reason that she's really good to have in the party. Unfortunately, I am also a bard, so maybe one day we'll have less overlap, but that day is not today. I haven't seen him since I ran away from home. I hope he's alright. I ask Shellen every day to grant him a long life, and new students. Archknights of Avestan, who are they? Oh, you haven't heard of them? How can you be a hero without knowing one of the most epic stories in the histories of stories? No, I won't spoil anything. You should just read about them yourself. Every single chapter. Their adventures are what gave me the idea of going on a heroic quest and writing about them to begin with. And now look at me, here I am, on a heroic quest. It's a shame I don't bring you along more. Your enthusiasm is catching. How did you become a bard? When I realized there was nothing for me at home besides more radish patches, I decided to run away. A traveling book peddler, Tessie de Quill, happened to cross our village. Well, I stuck to her like a bird and wouldn't let go until she agreed to take me on an apprentice. Together we traveled anywhere, to Brevoy, to Taldor, and even Ustalav. When I found out about the Academy of the Grand Arts in Patax, I thought, well, I love reading stories, so I can surely learn to write them too. I rolled on my first try, and then they even gave me a scholarship. And then they expelled me. But that's okay. They'd already taught me all the important stuff. And now, with Shellen's help, I can manage on my own. Do you worship Shellen? Yes, but not to offend the other gods, but she's the most important of them all. All the other gods guard the world as it is, but only the eternal Rose, the goddess of beauty, calls us to the world as it should be. Why are your clothes so messy? She waves her hand carelessly. Forget it, I can waste money on looks. I'd rather buy books instead. For hundreds of years, when people are reading my works, they aren't going to ask whether the author had holes in her sleeves. Fair enough. Let me ask you something else. Of course, please ask. I'll be happy to chat all day. You come from Patax, right? Tell me about it. Oh, I love Patax, even though they kicked me out. A joyful place. What is life in Patax like? Actually, Patax has always been one huge nest of thieves. Bandits, river pirates, smugglers, fences, card sharps. It's always been home to the likes of them. It was before the Iravetti became king. With him, the whole different life began there. Iravetti always wanted to make history, but not as another bandit with a crown. Though that's exactly what he is. Yeah, he wanted to be glorified through the centuries and a great patron of the arts, so he built the Academy of the Grand Arts, and spent lots of gold to assemble the best artists, poets, and musicians. Of course, the very best ones refused to go, but he got what he wanted in a way. If Patax was once just a booze barn for thieves, now it's a cabaret. A cabaret. What do you know about King Iravetti? He won his crown by a game of cards, which is about as much as Patax as it does about him. He's fiendishly clever. Some cheats I know told me that from the moment he appeared, he started pulling off such schemes that the old city masters just scratched their heads. With him in charge, gold flooded into Patax, and also, he's incredibly unmatchably, fantastically decadent and conceited. Getting drunk with whores at the pub, that's not Lord Iravetti's style, oh no. He aims higher, dressing up like a male Calistria with a golden codpiece, holding a 3-week orgy, dancing on rooftops, parades, public executions, and contests for what owed to a great unrivaled king. That's more like it. Oh my. Oh my. Prometheus is incredibly set aback. He could not be any more different than this guy. He also likes singing. Prometheus is brought back in. Ugh. And he orders his guards to make the citizens gather for his shows. May Shellen have mercy on his listeners. Oh, so he's bad at singing. Prometheus smiles. Tell me about the academy that you studied at. You know, jokes aside, I'm thankful to Iravetti for building it, but he has no taste at all, whatsoever. He likes his art loud, bright, grandiose, and most importantly, glorifying his royal highness. He kicked us out of the best charcoal artist because he didn't wish to spend money on gray scribbles. He sacked a masterful flute player from Chanja for playing too quietly, and instead ordered them to open a kettle drum class. He ordered the academy to expel me, and for what? An innocent limerick! Would you like to go back to the academy and finish your studies? I'd like to return, but on one condition. They threw out 3/4 of the professors who teach there now, and returned all the ones they banished. If you ask me, I'm proud to have been expelled. If my art was Iravetti's liking, that wouldn't have reason to be ashamed. As long as the mediocre lickspittles sit at the academy, and all those with real talent beg on the streets of Patax, I will not cross the threshold of that place. Fair enough. Let me ask you something else. Of course, please ask. I'd be happy to chat all day. Tell me about the book you're writing. What's there to tell? You've seen some of my rough drafts already, haven't you? It's a book about you and your adventures. I'm writing the whole truth, just as it happened. Well, the whole artistic truth. You know, no glory, no story. Why are you writing it? What's the point? When I was at the academy, Eobald the Insightful began his literature course with the question, what is a person? And he answered, a person is a storytelling animal. Our world does not consist of things, all these woods, seas, and cities. It consists of stories about those things. The stories we tell to ourselves and each other. Just think about it. Centuries will pass, and there will be no me, no you. All the subjects will be long gone, but you and I will live on in the people's memories and influence their deeds, thanks to this very book. No offense, but your command of language is not that good. I have read that there's some things about yeah. The truths don't hurt me. Who do you think is my most severe critic is? That's right, it's me. This is my first real book, and I have much yet to learn. But don't you worry, I will do your feats justice, and if I put my foot in my mouth here and there, then we can print a second edition, revised and corrected. Fair enough, I like that, good. After all, we're on, like, what, the 5th edition of rules for D&D, and the 2nd edition of rules for Pathfinder, and maybe even the later editions aren't as good. It's okay, just make another edition. Print it harder. Your book is full of inconsistencies. Well, yes, I can admit that. Sometimes one has to bend a few details for the sake of dramatic effect. It's called poetic truth. I write about everything as I saw it with my very own eyes, even parts of the adventure that I wasn't around for. But I do always carefully question everyone who was with you at the time. Think of it as a general picture. In the end, you're the hero of the book, and I'm just a storyteller. So what kind of character am I? In books, everything is simple. These are heroes and those are villains, and in life, of course, it's completely different. You have to make difficult decisions. I don't always agree with you, but that's what makes you a complex, multifaceted character. You have an iron core. No matter what tricks fate throws at you in your path, you always know what's right and what's wrong. Some might say that's boring, but others will learn from you, and you're a strong character. How do you feel about me reading your work in progress? Well, these are only drafts, but of course you'd be welcome to read them. Just keep in mind that even if you don't like what I write about, I won't change a single letter, so don't even ask. Of course, it's a book about you, but it's my book, understand? The small writer's eyes glow rebelliously. Let's see. We have many options. Lawful good. As long as you write the truth, I have no objections. Lawful neutral. Write about whatever you wish. It's your right. But I shall decide if your book is allowed in my lands. Completely neutral. I will remember it for my deeds, not for your book. Or, chaotic. I have no interest in censorship. Any stories about me are welcome as long as they are interesting. Evil. Lawful. I'd rather you have a say in my own biography, it turns out. Or chaotic evil. Of course, you can write about whatever you want. But you know what happens to writers to displease their rulers. No. We're not going to threaten death upon her. We're going with the chaotic one. Write what you want. Thank you for your trust. I'll set it out to please you, of course, but I still hope that you will like my book as much as other readers. Let me ask you something else. Of course, please ask. I'll be happy to chat all day. Sorry, that was her. Tell me about your friendship with Tessie the Quill. What's there to say? The books woke my urge to travel, but it was only thanks to Tessie that I managed to really get out of my village. At first, Tessie was tried in vain to get rid of me, but later, when I told her I was staying in Patax, she even shed a tear. I wonder where she is now. What's the deal with the ring you always wear on your finger? Ah, this? She holds her arm out for you to get a clear view of the ring. It was a gift to me from my first teacher. It's magical, and be with the power of Shellen, no less. When I get myself in trouble, it transports me to a safe spot. So, please don't be angry with me if I suddenly disappear from a fight. I'll wait for you here, promise. Fair enough. We could ask her to leave, but she won't. But I wouldn't want her to leave anyway. I have to go. Just don't leave without me. Of course, I could still write whatever you tell me, but if I wanted to stay cooped up in a dusty room, I'd still be sleeping through lectures at the academy. Okay. Well, this is actually getting a little bit long. We still have a few companions to talk to, so we still have Ragongar, Octavia, and Valerie. Where is Valerie, actually?
In due time.
Would she be marked on the map? Oh, she's down there, keeping a watch. I see. We even have Jailthal that we can talk to. Great! We'll talk to yet more people next time. After all, after Prometheus becomes some kind of leader, all these other people might just leave. It's up to them. So Prometheus would stop to ask them about their stories, so that he could remember them. Even if they would be recorded inside of Linzi's book. But you know, like, you would rather get to know them personally, rather than reading Linzi's admittedly altered truth. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that you'll travel with me later. Have a good one, Pathfinders.